The world of construction is filled with stories of awe-inspiring structures that defy gravity and challenge the elements. Yet for all the successes, there are also cautionary tales of projects that didn't go as planned. From misplaced bridges to buildings that sway in the wind, these misadventures in construction have come with hefty price tags. In today's video, we will reveal 5 of the most expensive construction mistakes in the world. Number 5. Fenchurch Street. In the bustling city of London stands a commercial structure that goes by the name of 20 Fenchurch Street, but it's more famously known as the walkie-talkie due to its rather peculiar shape. This pricey skyscraper, completed in 2014 with an outrageous price tag of over $253 million, has proven to be a costly construction mistake of epic proportions. The architects behind this bulbous building had a grand vision of maximizing floor space on the upper levels to rake in those high rents. However, it seems they got a bit carried away with their ambitions. Originally intended to be even larger, the building had to be shortened to preserve the views of the older buildings in the London skyline. Little did they know, this decision would turn out to be a mere drop in the bucket compared to the chaos that was to follow. Once construction was complete, it didn't take long for people to realize that this project was more than just an eyesore on the skyline. The building's slightly curved glass facade turned out to be a real troublemaker, reflecting light in concentrated beams, so intense that they had the power to melt cars and even start fires. The extreme heat, reaching temperatures of about 72, caused tiles to crack, carpets to char, and paint to melt, resulting in a rather expensive game of damage control. After wreaking havoc on the city, 20 Fenchurch Street had to be partially covered with a sunscreen-like apparatus across its curved face to reduce the blinding glare. But fixing this architectural blunder cost over £10 million, which is about $12.6 million. 4. Jeddah Tower. The Jeddah Tower is a testament to ambition and a cautionary tale of construction mishaps. Expected to surpass the Burj Khalifa and stand tall at 3,281 feet, this skyscraper was set to be the pride of Saudi Arabia. With over 700 residential and hotel rooms spread across 167 floors, and double-deck elevators zooming at 32 feet per second, it was all too good to be true, and it was. The construction kicked off in 2013 with a jaw-dropping cost estimate of $1.23 billion, enough steel for 8 Eiffel Towers, and enough concrete for 6 Hoover Dams. Everything seemed on track until the 63rd floor, where development suddenly hit a roadblock. The grand opening, slated for 2017, was delayed due to contracting issues. And just when things seemed to be back on track in 2018, chaos ensued. A wave of anti-corruption purges swept across Saudi Arabia, seizing billions of dollars in assets from businessmen involved in the project. One of them happened to be in charge of the Jeddah Tower, bringing progress to a screeching halt. Since then, the tower has been left in limbo, unfinished and incredibly expensive. Number 3. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport. The Berlin-Brandenburg Airport is a true masterpiece of budget-busting blunders. Scheduled to open on June 3, 2012, this airport became more famous for its delays than for actually functioning as an airport. The hype surrounding its anticipated opening was so immense that a public broadcaster planned a 24-hour live coverage. However, the only thing that went live was the litany of disasters that followed. The German satire site The Postillon even suggested a new grammatical form to discuss the airport's perpetually delayed opening, an event that seemed destined to never actually occur. Just before the grand opening, inspectors discovered over 120,000 defects, including fire safety issues, malfunctioning automatic doors, and roofs that were doing their best impression of a deflating souffle. To top it off, around 170,000 kilometers of dangerously wired cables were found snaking their way through the airport. Lights refused to turn on while others stubbornly refused to turn off, creating a chaotic disco inferno. It took over 9 years and a revolving door of well-paid airport company managers to finally address the litany of problems at Berlin's new international airport, also known as Willy Brandt Airport. And now they're already planning an expansion that will cost $2.7 billion to cater to the demand that may or may not materialize. Also, this expansion has increased the overall cost to over $8.2 billion. Number 2. Stuttgart 21. This railway project was supposed to ring in the 21st century for the affluent city of Stuttgart, but instead it has become a bottomless pit for public funds and a logistical nightmare of epic proportions. What started as a mere $4.8 billion endeavor in 2010 somehow skyrocketed to $6.8 billion by 2016. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, in 2017, they casually mentioned that the expected costs had ballooned to $8.2 billion and that the completion date had been pushed back to the end of 2024. So what led to this financial fiasco? Delays in planning, unforeseen spikes in construction expenses, and environmental regulations. Critics lamented the exorbitant cost, the lengthy construction timeline, and the not-so-eco-friendly nature of the project. There were also concerns about the usage of 750 tons of carbon-intensive concrete for each column. That's not exactly winning any sustainability awards. In June 2023, they proudly announced the casting of the last chalice in concrete. And if all goes according to plan, Stuttgart 21 will grace us with its presence in 2025 with a final bill of $12 billion. Of course, that's assuming there are no more protests, no more surprises, and no more budget-busting shenanigans. Finally, at number 1, we have the Big Dig. The Big Dig is a project that truly lived up to its name in more ways than one. This ambitious endeavor was supposed to reroute the I-93 into a shiny new tunnel, the Thomas P. O'Neill Jr. Tunnel, and make some overall changes to the roadway, but it went off the rails. Originally pegged at a modest $2.8 billion and set to wrap up by 1998, the Big Dig ended up being anything but modest. The final price tag, $22 billion, with completion delayed by 8 years. Also, in July 2006, a section of the tunnel decided it had enough of this nonsense and collapsed, sadly causing the death of a motorist. This led to even more delays and additional work stretching all the way into 2007. Leaks, design flaws, and even fraud all played a part in turning this project into a cautionary tale for the ages. Now it's going to take several decades, possibly until 2038, for this financial nightmare to be paid off. Road toll charges and state taxes will be the unfortunate reminders of this construction fiasco for years to come. So, what do you think about these construction mistakes? Let us know in the comments below.